Picking back up and talking about the love of God, we come to where the fact that the love of God endures all things. This is in 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verses 4 through 7, where we actually have the definition of what love truly is. The love is long-suffering, kind. The love is not jealous. The love does not brag, does not puff itself up, does not act disgracefully, does not seek its own things, is not provoked, does not reckon wrong, does not rejoice in unrighteousness, but together rejoices with the truth. It bears all things, it believes all things, it endures all things. Now, your concept here of endure actually means to remain under. So when our love is genuine, it will be without hypocrisy, showing fondness for other saints. Because remember, agape can be a little cold, and we want to add fondness to that. Okay. Therefore, we're able to remain under tribulation for the sake of others. Romans chapter 12, verses 9 through 12, Paul talks about this, and he says, "Let love be without hypocrisy. Abhor what is evil. Cling to what is good. Be kindly affectionate to one another with brotherly love. In honor, giving preference to one another, not lagging in diligence, fervent in spirit, serving the Lord, rejoicing in hope, patience," well, there's your word, to endure. Patience in tribulation. Continuing steadfast in prayer. Paul faced imprisonment for speaking the truth, yet for the sake of the elect, he endured so that they should obtain salvation. Now Paul actually, the only thing he ever did wrong was to speak the truth against those who they didn't want to hear the truth. And they threw him into jail for it. And they wanted him to be put to death because he was speaking the truth. 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 10, he talks about this. "Therefore I endure all things for the sake of the elect, that they also may obtain the salvation which is in Christ Jesus with eternal glory." It is a true statement that since we have died with Christ, we will also be raised with Christ. This is something to keep in mind. 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 11, this is a faithful saying. "If we died with him, we shall also live with him." However, when we endure, let it be because we're doing what is right, not suffering because of our wrong actions. For this is commendable before God, that we suffer for doing what is right. Now, if we suffer for doing what's wrong, we deserve what we're getting. But if we suffer for doing what is correct, what is right, well, this is commendable before God. "For what credit is it if when you are beaten for your faults, you take it patiently?" That is, you endure. "But when you do good and suffer, if you take it patiently, this is commendable before God." God's quality of love seeks the best for the one loved. When we are emanating the things of the Spirit, because our minds are set on the things above, we are able to feel at ease with who we are in Christ. And as we feel at ease with who we are in Christ, we are therefore going to be able to express love towards God by loving the other brethren, or by loving the brethren. You remember, that's actually how we love God. However, true love is not going to accept a person as they are when their condition is in an unrighteous state. You see, love is not, "I just accept you the way you are." Love is, "I'm going to seek the best for you." No, I'm not necessarily going to reject you for the way you are. I'm going to show kindness, but I'm going to point out problems. And I'm going to address and, of course, encourage you. Rather, what we're going to end up doing is, if we're expressing love, it will be, we will encourage, strengthen, support, and even rebuke to persuade the rejection, rather, it will encourage, strengthen, support, and even rebuke to persuade the rejection of a sinful life and righteous walk with God. That's what love will actually do. So let us not be cold in our love. For with love it is necessary to add brotherly kindness, that fondness. While we are long-suffering, kind, rejoicing in the truth, bearing all things, believing all things, and enduring all things for the sake of those that we actually love.